In November 2023, Finland etched its name in defense history as the first international buyer of Israel's David Sling air defense system, securing a €317 million agreement that underscores its rapid evolution from a neutral state to a fortified NATO member. Crafted by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems with U.S. partner Raytheon, David Sling is a medium to long-range missile defense platform engineered to intercept ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, aircraft, and drones across a 40 to 300 kilometer range and altitudes reaching 15,000 meters. The Finnish package comprises 4 launcher units, an ELTA-developed multi-mission radar, and an Elizra-built battle management center called Golden Almond, with optional add-ons like extra interceptors, potentially elevating costs to €500 million. Signed on November 12, 2023, just a day after Finland's NATO membership took effect on April 4th, this deal reflects a bold response to escalating regional tensions, particularly with Russia, and significantly bolsters Finland's air defense arsenal. The context for this acquisition is Finland's dramatic security pivot, triggered by Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine and the subsequent reassessment of its long-standing neutrality. With a 1,340-kilometer border abutting Russia, Finland faced a stark new reality upon joining NATO, effectively doubling the alliance's frontier with its eastern neighbor. Previously equipped with shorter-range systems like NASAMS and ASRAD-R, Finland lacked the reach to counter high-altitude, long-range threats, a vulnerability laid bare by Russia's missile barrages in Ukraine. In 2022, Finland launched a rigorous evaluation, weighing David Sling against Israel Aerospace Industries' Barak MX. By April 2023, David Sling emerged victorious, with its selection cemented after U.S. export approval in August and the contract finalized in November at Israel's Defense Ministry in Tel Aviv. This acquisition dovetails with Finland's broader military overhaul, driven by NATO integration, and the imperative to deter aggression in a rest of Northern Europe. The timing, mere months after NATO accession, highlights Finland's urgency to align with alliance standards and fortify its defenses against a resurgent Russian threat. Procurement unfolded with precision, balancing speed and strategic depth. The core system, priced at €316 million, allows for additional options worth €103 to €216 million, pending further approval, reflecting Finland's phased investment approach. Rafael, the lead contractor, is partnering with Raytheon and Finnish firms to customize the system for integration with Finland's command and control framework, ensuring synergy with its existing defenses. U.S. approval was pivotal, given its co-development role, while a parallel security of supply pact with Israel safeguards component access during crises, a nod to Finland's wartime lessons of self-reliance. As of April 2025, delivery timelines remain imprecise, with projections leaning toward the late 2020s, possibly 2025 to 2026 or later, due to the intricacies of production, customization, and testing. This measured pace prioritizes long-term readiness over hasty deployment, a pragmatic stance given the system's sophistication and Finland's current lack of an immediate existential threat. The involvement of Finnish industry also promises economic dividends, fostering domestic expertise in advanced defense technologies. David Sling's role and purpose lie in its mid-tier positioning, mirroring Israel's layered defense model alongside Iron Dome and Arrow. Its Stunner interceptor, a kinetic hit-to-kill missile sans traditional warhead, delivers pinpoint accuracy against a spectrum of threats, guided by the MMR's post-launch tracking and the BMC's real-time coordination. For Finland, it plugs a glaring gap, extending interception range and altitude far beyond NASAMS, up to 40 kilometers, or ASRAD-R, the short-range capabilities. Designed to neutralize ballistic and cruise missiles, staples of Russia's Ukraine campaign, it equips Finland with a high-altitude shield that complements its lower-tier systems. This multi-layered approach enhances deterrence, offering a credible counter to aerial assaults on Finnish infrastructure or NATO assets. The system's trailer-mounted launchers, each housing 12 stunner canisters, provide operational flexibility, while its 300-kilometer reach ensures coverage across much of Finland's territory, a critical asset given its expansive geography and proximity to Russian bases. For Finland and the region, David's Sling is transformative. It elevates Finland's strategic clout within NATO, reinforcing the alliance's northeastern bulwark as Russia's actions unsettle Northern Europe. Finnish Defense Minister Antti Kaikkonen lauded it as a linchpin of long-term defense development, a view bolstered by its potential to dissuade aggression along NATO's expanded Russian frontier. Regionally, it fortifies collective security among Nordic allies, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, whose unified air defense strategy gains a formidable tool. Beyond deterrence, the deal cements Finland's reliance on Western and Israeli technology, deepening ties with the US and Israel while subtly countering Russia's influence. It could also spur other European nations to pursue similar systems, amplifying NATO's defensive reach. Politically, the acquisition underscores Finland's proactive stance post-NATO entry, projecting resolve and capability in a region where symbolic gestures carry weight. Compared to regional competitors, David's Sling shines for its adaptability and range. Sweden, likely a NATO member by 2025, deploys the US Patriot PAC-3, a heavyweight system excelling against ballistic missiles but less agile against cruise missiles or drones, with interceptors costing $4 to $6 million each, far pricier than David's Sling's estimated $1 million stunner. Norway's NASAMS, also used by Finland, is potent at shorter ranges, but falls short of David's Sling's altitude and distance prowess. Russia's S-400, stationed near Finland, boasts a 400-kilometer range and multi-threat versatility, yet its export limits and Finland's NATO alignment render it a non-option. The US THAAD system, another high-altitude contender, focuses narrowly on ballistic missiles and carries a steeper price tag, making David's Sling a more balanced, cost-effective fit for Finland's needs. Against these peers, it offers a sweet spot of capability and affordability, tailored to Finland's strategic context. In conclusion, Finland's David's Sling deal is a masterstroke of strategy and timing, melding advanced technology with geopolitical necessity. It strengthens Finland's defenses, elevates NATO's regional presence, and positions the country as a forward-leaning actor in a tense security landscape. Though delivery delays temper short-term impact, its long-term value, closing capability gaps and deterring threats, promises to redefine Finland's military profile. Outpacing regional alternatives in flexibility and cost, David's Sling heralds Finland's emergence as a key player in Northern Europe's defense tapestry. As the late 2020s near, this investment will likely stand as a prescient move in an era of uncertainty, solidifying Finland's place at NATO's vanguard.